You're about to meet was
Is this
slated to spend
Ukrainian
the
guy
next 25
Katerina's
years on the
10th
sex
boyfriend?
offender registry. Why? He had sex with a 14-year-old girl who later admitted
My
she
friend
lied
got
about her
banned for
age.
saying your
But
mom
then his
died of
cautionary tale
exhaustion
went
only
viral.
lol, but-
He now may have hope for a new lease on life. Here's my Nightline co-anchor, Juju Chang.
He's probably waiting in there, hopefully.
It's just before 6 a.m. outside County Jail in St. Joseph, Michigan. Les and Amanda Anderson are here to pick up their 19-year-old son, Zach.
They're working on him. They said they're getting him now.
It's been 2.5 months since they've seen him.
All right, buddy. Good. Good.
Finally, the hug they've been waiting for.
All right. Yeah.
So man,
He was arrested last winter after having sex with a
yo, I'm watching some absolute trash we did for 8 minutes. You want me to stop it and play a game, or do we have something? Do we have something to play? What? What's
I
up?
love you, dude. I love you. This is funny. Yeah, I'm down. I mean, I'm down to Sea of Thieves, but just you can finish your video if you want.
Okay, give me a minute.
girl he met on the dating app Hot or Not. The girl told him she was 17, but she wasn't. She was just 14 years old.
If you had known that she was 14, would you have had sex with her?
I wouldn't even have gone to her house. Like, I literally wouldn't have gone to her house at all.
She has since admitted to lying about her age, but that didn't keep Zach from going to jail.
There's no
Weird
criminal
champ.
in our son, and the mother and the girl herself said, please don't call us a victim. My daughter's not a victim. She was willing and participated in everything that happened. She wanted it to happen.
Even though he's out, he's far from free. Today is his first day as a convicted sex offender. For the next 5 years, he will live by restrictive rules. He can't own a smartphone or use the internet and has a nightly curfew of 8
No internet!
p.m. And he'll be listed on the sex offender registry for the next 25 years. The punishment, he and his parents say, doesn't fit the crime, so they're fighting for a reduced sentence.
I think it's ridiculous. I know that I'm not a sex offender.
Zach graduated high school just last year. Like many teens, he turned to his smartphone to find a date.
I had asked her when we were messaging, I said, like, how old are you? And then she had told me 17, because, like, I just got out of high school, so, like, 2 years difference. I didn't think that was a big deal or anything.
The 14-year-old girl falsely registered on the adult section of the site. They flirted via text and arranged to meet in her hometown of Niles, Michigan, 20 miles across the state line from Zach's home in Indiana. He picked her up and they drove to a playground where they had sex.
Did you think that anybody was alarmed? Did you think her mother was looking for you?
Not really. Like, I had hugged her and then took her back to her house.
What the fuck is that just
Unbeknownst to
into?
them, the girl's
To a
mother called
playground?
police that night, worried about her daughter's whereabouts.
What the fuck is happening with this?
2 months later, detectives showed up at Zach's work.
My friend who was working there came to the back. He's like, there's 2 detectives here, Zach. They want to
That's
talk
also
to you.
illegal, yo.
Man, my heart's pounding. It's like crazy.
He was arrested and pled guilty to 4th-degree criminal sexual conduct. But the 14-year-old girl didn't want Zach charged at all. She even wrote him a letter saying, I'm sorry I didn't tell you my age. I'm dying every day because I've done this to you. At the trial, Zach found another unlikely ally, the girl's mother, telling the judge, I don't want him to be a sex offender because he really is not. Her daughter adding, I feel nothing should happen to Zach. But the judge condemned what he called a culture of meet, hook up, have sex, sayonara, totally inappropriate behavior, and sentenced him to 90 days in jail.
The hardest part probably for me was to see him being led away, because he turned.
What the fuck is happening?
And it's like, we want to give him a hug, and you didn't even have that opportunity.
Today, after 2.5 months of jail food, this is Zach's first taste of
Hey, somebody is not getting laid.
Hey, you can't wait to drink that. Hold on, I
Really did
take a picture of that.
everyday errands no longer taken for granted.
New man.
Guys, listen, I have to go back. This is so stupid. Guys, why can you be so mad at the state of social interactions that use it as an argument in a personal case? That seems kind of weird, does it not?
When you're locked inside for a couple months, it's crazy to get outside.
Good luck, young man.
Yeah.
And now that he's out, he'll be living on his own for the first time. He's not allowed to live here at the family home because it's within 800 feet of a public boat ramp, just shy of the 1,000-foot minimum.
What they're forcing him to do is to leave jail, go
What
to a
the
house,
fuck am I
be by
listening to?
yourself.
As the day went on, the harsh reality of Zach's new
Guys, did I hear that right?
Yes.
And now that he's out, he'll be living on his own for the first time. He's not allowed to live here at the family home because it's within 800 feet of a public boat ramp, just shy of
It's their boat ramp!
the 1,000-foot minimum.
What they're forcing him to do is to leave jail, go to a house, be by yourself.
As the day went on, the harsh reality of Zach's new life set in.
Lay it flat down like this.
His parents had to dip into their savings for legal
public.
fees and to buy Zach a fixer-upper on the other side of town
Why
that
so-
meets the distance requirement.
He knows where the house is, but he's not ever been inside, so we're kind of excited to, to show him that. And that may lift his spirits a little bit.
It's public.
Is your crib
Yeah,
back?
but if somebody... What are you on about? Dude, what are you on about? What do you mean, who cares if the ramp itself is public? Dude,
Walk you around the property a little bit here. This is part of the property.
it's the fucking
All
backyard.
this?
All the way to the road. All this yard's yours. You want to open this?
Sure.
Yep, there you go.
No.
Here's your bedroom.
Floors?
Yeah.
Floors, no.
And I'll show you the basement. There's no, it's not finished.
Okay, I'm gonna build some ramps down here and skate. Have my own skate park down here.
Hell yeah. Oh, kickflip. Oh,
I haven't skated in a while.
big spin.
Feels good.
It's his favorite activity, but because sex offenders are not allowed in public parks, finding a way to skate will be tough. Since he can't even use a computer, his budding career in computer science now disrupted.
I can't really have like an actual career. I'm gonna be, working a job but not doing something I enjoy doing.
How does it sit in your head to hear that your son is a registered sex offender?
It's totally bogus.
We don't see him that way. If our son's a sex offender, there's a lot of other people on that list like him, which dilutes the list and almost makes it meaningless.
Young men are told in high school, 15 is jailbait. Now, that's a slang term, but that's what young men are told.
Michigan State Senator Rick Jones helped write the state's sex offender registry law. He says Zach should have been more careful.
I would hope that somebody that was 19 years old would say, well, do you have a driver's license or something? You don't appear to be the appropriate age.
Man, it's crazy. It's like a split decision, like such a small decision, What
am I listening
and
to?
your life can affect like everything that you do.
Making matters worse for Zach, Michigan does not provide an automatic defense for when a girl lies about her age.
If he engaged in this behavior 20 minutes across the
Guys,
state line,
that's so
he
weird.
wouldn't have been charged at all.
That's like, oh yeah, yo, babe. Oh yeah, we better get it on. Oh, take off your clothes. Sorry, girl. Passport, please. Passport.
Law,
Yeah, I
unfortunately,
did.
at this time
What
in
is
Michigan
this?
doesn't have the same protection as Indiana and 19 other states.
there will be plenty of people who say, listen, those laws are on the books for a reason, to protect minors from sexual predators.
Well, remember, we're not talking about loosening the law. No one's indicating that somebody who preys on a young adult, in a predatory manner shouldn't be prosecuted. They absolutely should be. This is an instance that you rarely get to say that the defendant had no criminal intent.
In the days after our story first aired in July, Zach's case went viral on social media. More than 220,000 people have signed a petition supporting him. Just last month, a judge threw out Zach's sentence. And next Monday, the Andersons will head to court once again, this time for resentencing, where a new judge will determine Zach's fate.
We're hoping either to get a resentence. Obviously, our goal,
now I want
our
pizza.
hope would be that
Fuck,
charges could be
man.
dropped.
Not just for Zach, but what they say are so many others like him.
We hope that they stop putting people on the sex offender registry like they're passing out traffic tickets.
Okay.
Because there are hundreds and hundreds of people that don't deserve to be on that list. They're just publicly shaming these people and our son for life.
For Nightline, I'm Juju Chang in Elkhart, Indiana.
No pop. Pop, shove it with no pop.
This is it, the moment we have all been waiting
let's
for.
just shove it.
Let's set the Van Clap
Oh,
world
they-
record
story.
right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, this story was so outrageous, and why it drew our attention is because, Zach is not a sexual predator. He's not a pedophile, Brooke. I mean, he just made a bad decision, and because of the way the sex offender laws are,
Hey,
his raging
xQc, I've been
hormones
subbed for
could
a
have
couple
cost
months,
him
but I've been
decades of
watching
his
for
life,
years.
making it very
This
difficult
guy's
for him, the
guilty,
restrictions. Here's
xQc,
a part of our investigation.
When you heard those words, that your son was a sex offender.
They already said that.
It doesn't fit.
As a sex offender, because, quote, he's really not. We also obtained this letter that the girl in question gave you.
Did it ever enter your mind at any time that she could be underage?
No, not at all.
And was the sex consensual?
Yeah, yeah.
How many, Kara, I'm wondering, how many, you know, Zach
Why is chat saying
Andersons are
cap?
out on this
What do you
registry?
guys cap
Who aren't giving
everything, dude? That is like, you guys are drama frogs, dude. You guys always say cap things that are de-escalating. Anything that is good, fine, legal, you guys say it's cap, dude. It's cap. I don't want to fucking hear, man. It's cap. It's like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with y'all motherfuckers, man?